Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician and activist. In this new audio series, we're going to be sharing 6 different audios for the Lost series. I wanted to create this series for anyone that is experiencing loss or wants to learn and understand about loss. So the Loss series are 6 audio tracks talking about loss, right? So this will be the first audio for the series. So what we're going to talk about today is loss. Now in life, every human being will go through a process of loss. We'll lose people we care about. We'll eventually lose our lives within lives. We may lose jobs, we may lose relationships, we may lose children, we may lose possessions, we may lose so many different things within our lives. But it's important to learn that loss is a part of life. Nothing in life stays the same. Everything is always moving forward. So it's very important to understand within your life that you will go through a process of loss. That doesn't mean you have to be afraid of loss, and that doesn't mean that it can't benefit you when you have lost. It just means that in life, loss is part of life. Nothing stays the same. Everything is moving forward into the future, and loss is part of life. It's very important to understand loss because when we do lose within our lives, this can make a dramatic change within our lives. So depending on what life experiences we experience and how we live our lives, different losses will come into our lives and we'll go through different life experiences. Now, I've always said with loss that it's very important to understand what you've been through and what you've gone through and learn about, how has the loss affected you within your lives, whatever it is. It could be a family member, it could be a job, it could be a business, it could be a volunteering opportunity, it could be a career, it could be a family member, a partner, a spouse, it could be a child, for example. Experiencing loss is something that we all go through, and it's very important you learn and understand how it affects you. Once you process the loss and you understand the loss that you've gone through, then you can move forward. And all losses will be different for each human being. We'll all go through different types of experiences within our lives that will make us into who we are as a human being. So the message for this audio is simple. Remember that loss is a part of life. Everything will eventually be lost. So our lives will be lost. We'll eventually pass away. Your parents will pass away, your jobs will be lost, your career will be lost, your home will be lost, your relationships will be lost, your children will be lost, and loss is just a natural thing of life. So learning to accept that and appreciate that can make you live more passionately, more truthfully, more faithfully and more spiritually. And remember, loss is a part of life. And we need to accept it and understand it within our lives to learn more about who we are and how the loss affects us as a human being. Okay, thank you for listening now to the first audio. We've got 5 more to do now. Thank you now. Bye now. Thanks. Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician and activist. So this is a new audio series called the Lost series. We're going to be sharing 6 audios for the series. So now we're on the second audio, which is basically called Losing is Inevitable. So losing is inevitable. We're all going to experience losing and loss in our lives, and this becomes very important to understand. Now, loss is a part of life. It's inevitable, so we can't avoid it. We can't try to find a way to get out of it. Our lives will eventually pass away. Our family members will pass away, our loved ones will pass away, our children will pass away, and everything we have on earth will eventually be lost and basically, fade away and pass away. So nothing stays the same within life. So it's very important to understand that losing is inevitable. We're always going to lose something in life, whether we choose to think about it or not. This is how life works. So it's very important to understand, who do you want to be in life? Like, what is your purpose? What is your morals? What is your values? What is your passion? What is your principles? What is your beliefs? By living with intention and living how you really, really want to live as a human being, we can understand that losing is inevitable, and we're all going to experience that loss. But how you process it and how you learn from it and understand it can change your life. So focus on, what do you want to do in life? Who do you want to be? How do you want to live? If you want to help other people, how do you want to help other people? If you want to build a business or career or have a job or volunteering opportunity, what would that be? If you want a family, relationships, spouse, children, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, how would you want them to be? And focus on what you can control. Losing is always inevitable, because we're all going to experience loss in our lives, but how we learn to deal with it and move forward from it can transform our life in every single way. So by accepting that it's inevitable, it's going to happen whether we want it to or not. It's just part of how life is. We can choose to live our lives where we're living to our full potential, living our purpose, living our passion, and doing what's very important to us. So just remember, losing is inevitable. It's going to happen in life, but the way you choose to learn from it and understand it can transform your life in every single way. So thank you for listening now. Bye now. Thanks. Bye. Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician, activist. So we're sharing a new audio series called the Loss Series. We're going to be sharing 6 audios talking about loss. So this is the 3rd audio. So this audio is called The Importance of Loss. Now, when we go through loss in life, we find the importance of what loss means to us. So depending on what we go through as a human being, what type of losses we go through, this can actually help us find passion, purpose, meaning and value. Life is always changing and always moving forward into the future. Jesus Christ, Jehovah and Buddha wants us to accept loss as a part of life. And it's not something to be afraid of or something to be frightened of. It's a part of life, it's a part of living, and it's a part of how every human being's life is going to be. We go through a journey of birth, life, death in life. So we all experience birth, then we have our life, then we die and go through death. So this is part of the human journey and our life experiences. So it's so important within our lives to understand the importance of loss. Now, loss can teach you spiritual life lessons of life and how to live your life and how to be within your life. Now, when you have gone through a loss or a difficult time or a challenging time, it's very important to take time to reflect on how it affects you, how you can move forward from it, and how you can transcend it into something important. Now, loss helps us to understand the importance of life and the urgency of life. Life is always moving into the future. Nothing stays still. Everything is always changing. Your body's changing. Your mind's changing. Your thoughts and your thinking are changing. Your personality's changing. Your mentality's changing. Your characteristics are changing. The people within your life are changing. The work you do will be changing. Your business will be changing. Your the way you live your life will be changing. So everything is always going to be changing. But when we go through the importance of loss and understand the importance of loss, we can see that we are in control of what we do day to day and our actions. So our actions can be a source of inspiration to us and motivation, or our actions can be depression or unhappiness or sadness. So it's important to realize that we are in control of our lives to some degree. We can choose how we think, we can choose how we behave, and we can choose how we want to live. So we are the authors of our lives. So if you have gone through a loss like a bereavement or a loss of a job or a loss of a partner or a relationship or children or opportunity, try to pick up the lessons that you've learnt from it and let that guide you into the future, because life is always moving into the future. No one knows, the final destination for humanity and the final destination for all living things, except for Jehovah, the Lord God of all creation. But what we can do while we're on earth and while we're alive is live our life to our morals, our values, our beliefs and our principles, and live a life that is truly important to us. We accept that loss is a part of life. It's very important, loss, to go through loss, to learn the lessons that it teaches you. And find something in your life that's very important to you. It could be helping other people, it could be faith, it could be fate, it could be spirituality, it could be religion, it could be family, it could be career, employment, jobs, opportunities. When you find meaning and value from the losses you experience, then that gives you purpose, passion, and meaning and value. And all human beings will experience loss. All human beings will go through life experiences, and all human beings will, go through birth, life, death. So what we learn along the journey and who we become and how we live our life is very important in dealing with loss and dealing with suffering, pain, and adversity. So I encourage the listeners to keep moving forward, learn and understand the losses that you've gone through, the importance of it, and see how you can find meaning and value from any losses you experience. Okay, thank you for listening now. Take care now. Bye. Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician and activist. We're doing a new audio series called the Loss Series, and this series is for anyone that is experiencing loss. This is going to be the 4th audio for the series, and it's called Loss Will Make You Faithful, Spiritual, Truthful. So anytime we experience loss, it could be suffering, pain, adversity that you go through. It could be a bereavement, it could be a loss of a job, a loss of a home, a loss of a business, a loss of a partner, a loss of a relationship, a loss of a divorce with a spouse. Well, experiencing that loss can actually make you faithful, spiritual and truthful if you find the meaning and value in the loss that you went through. Now, life is always moving into the future, and we're always learning new things about ourselves as human beings. Now, loss is a part of life, so we have to accept that not everything's going to stay the same. People in your life you're going to lose, family members are going to pass away, you're going to eventually pass away, people within your life will change, you may not have the same friends or the same family members within your future, so everything's always changing. So with loss, suffering, pain and adversity, it's very important to accept it, understand it, process it in your own way, learn and understand it, and then move forward into who you want to be in your life. Now, loss is going to make you faithful, spiritual and truthful. You'll find a meaning and value in spiritual truth, spiritual nature and spiritual energy. Now, what loss really does is make you spiritually change, because when you've gone through a loss, you're not the same person you was before the loss. So it could be a home you've lost, a bereavement you've gone through, a loss of a career, a loss of a partner, but these are teaching you life lessons in life to move forward. Now, loss is a part of life. It's very difficult to go through loss. It's very painful and challenging, and it can lead to suffering, pain and adversity within your life. But how you choose to respond to the losses you've gone through will make all the difference. So learn from your losses, understand what you've gone through, process it, and that will actually help you to be faithful, spiritual and truthful. And then you can start doing the work of the 5 levels of helping other people. Level 1, volunteering, the good level in helping other people. Level 2, jobs, careers, employment, the great level in helping other people. Level 3, business entrepreneurship, the highest level in helping other people. Level 4, faith and spiritual, the spiritual levels and helping other people. Level 5, spiritually helping other people, who helping other people, the teaching levels and helping other people. And also, you can develop the 5 spiritual practices when you've gone through loss: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. Now, loss is something to accept, and it's a part of life, but what we do within our lives and how we live our lives makes all the difference. So I always say that loss will definitely make you spiritual, faithful and truthful. You'll learn things about yourself, you'll understand yourself, and then you can do a spiritual practice that can help you. And if you get to the point where you can actually help other people because you know how it is to lose and to go through suffering, pain and adversity, then you can do the 5 levels of helping other people. But just remember, loss is a part of life, it's a natural part of life, and it's important how we live our lives and what we do within our lives and how we want to process the losses that we've gone through. So thank you for listening now. Take care now. Bye bye. Thanks. Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician and activist. In this audio series we're going to be sharing 6 audios for the Lost series. This is number 5 of the audios. So in this one it's called Jehovah, Jesus Christ, Buddha wants you to learn and understand loss. So in life, we're always going to go through a process of loss. So eventually we'll lose family members, we'll pass away, things in our lives will change, relationships will change, people will change, society will change, and life is always going through a process of change and loss. But Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha wants us to understand and learn from the losses we've gone through. Let that motivate you to be who you want to be in life, to become the person you envision yourself to be, to live the life that's very important to you, and let the losses teach you spiritual life lessons and spiritual truths. So it's so important that we learn and understand our loss, whatever it is we've been through. It could be a bereavement, it could be a partner that we've lost, it could be children that we've lost, it could be a business that we've lost, a relationship, a divorce, a breakup, a person that was very close to us. It's basically a natural part of life. So once we accept that Jehovah and Jesus Christ and Buddha wants us to learn and understand loss, then we can process how we're going to deal with the losses in our lives and what we're going to do. Because losing is inevitable, we're always going to lose something in life, whether we choose to think about it or not. It's just the nature of life and the nature of living. What we do with the losses and how we process it and how we respond to it makes all the difference. So I've always encouraged that Jehovah and Jesus Christ and Buddha wants us to go through a spiritual change and learn and understand loss. So the 5 spiritual practices can help with the spiritual change: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. And then once we've learned and understood the loss that we've gone through as a human being, then we get an opportunity to do the 5 levels of helping other people. Level 1, volunteering, the good level in helping other people. Level 2, jobs, careers, employment, the great level in helping other people. Level 3, business and entrepreneurship, the highest level in helping other people. Level 4, faith and spiritual, the spiritual levels in helping other people. And then level 5, spiritually helping other people, who helping other people, the teaching levels in helping other people. So Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha wants us to learn and understand loss. By doing the 5 spiritual practices and the 5 levels of helping other people, we get to use all the life experiences that we've been through as a human being to help other people pay it forward and do what Jehovah and Jesus Christ has called us to do. So learning and understanding your loss is very important, and we are going to go through loss in life. It can't be avoided. The only thing you can do is process it in your own way and learn and understand it in your own way. So focus on what you can control, not what you can't control, and focus on moving forward and learning and understanding and processing things every single day. Life is always going to move into the future and teach you new lessons and new learning and new understanding of daily life. So going through the 5 spiritual practices and the 5 levels of helping other people is how you process your loss. And you can use the loss that you've gone through, which is inevitable, to help other people give back and make a difference. And focus your life on what's very important to you and what matters to you and move forward. So Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha wants us to learn and understand loss and process it and move forward from it and become who we need to be in life and live our full potential. So by going through a spiritual change, understanding your loss, understanding the pain you've gone through, the suffering, pain and adversity, understanding what you can learn from it, can move you into the future. Okay, thank you for listening now. Bye now, thanks. Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician and activist. So this is the final audio for the Lost series, and this is a very important audio for the series, which is number 6, and it's called Losing is Faith, Fate, Spirituality and Religion. So anytime we go through losing within our life or loss within our life, it could be a bereavement, it could be a loss of a relationship, a partner, it could be a loss of a job, employment or career, it could be a loss of a business, a loss of someone that's very close to your bereavement. This is what's going to lead us into faith, fate, spirituality and religion. Sometimes the greatest learning and the most spiritual life lessons come from loss. It comes from going through a process of suffering, pain, adversity, learning about yourself, understanding what you've been through as a human being, learning to process it and learning to understand it. Now, faith, fate, spirituality, religion comes from loss. So anytime you go through something tragic or hurtful or painful, that can lead you to Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha within life. And in life, everything is always moving forward. Life is always changing. Nothing stays the same. So you may feel suffering, pain and adversity today, but tomorrow it may change into spiritual change, faith, fate, spirituality and religion. So process the loss, learn and understand it, learn to process what you've been through as a human being, how it's affected you, what you've learnt from it, and move forward. Now, because life is always moving forward into the future, no one knows their final destination on earth, but all human beings will go through loss in life. We'll all pass away, humanity will pass away, and all our loved ones will pass away. It's just part of the natural process of life. But what we do within our lives and how we live our lives until that loss happens matters. So learn to understand your loss, learn to process it, learn to find ways to cope with it and to move forward and to find the meaning and value from it. Now, I've always said, once loss or losing helps you to find faith, fate, spirituality and religion, then you need to develop something that can help you to process the loss that you've gone through. So I normally say, when someone has gone through a loss and it's a very deep thing they've gone through, to do the 5 spiritual practices: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. By doing the 5 spiritual practices, you'll go through a spiritual change within the psyche and the psychological mind. When you've gone through a loss, if the psyche and the psychological mind changes, that's when you'll get the opportunity within your life to really pay it forward. So all the losses you've been through, the suffering, the pain and adversity, can be used for meaning and value, passion and purpose. Then you can do the 5 levels of helping other people. Level 1, volunteering, the good level in helping other people. Level 2, jobs, careers, employment, the great level in helping other people. Level 3, business entrepreneurship, the highest level in helping other people. Level 4, faith and spiritual, the spiritual levels in helping other people. Level 5, spiritually helping other people, who helping other people, the teaching levels in helping other people. Helping other people is how you find meaning and value, passion and purpose through loss. So whatever you've experienced within your life, bereavement, loss of material things or family or friends or relationships, use all that life experience and all the spiritual lessons you've learned to help other people. And that's the way how Jehovah and Jesus Christ and Buddha will heal your own suffering, pain, adversity, and the losses you've been through. So it's very important to go through a spiritual change. It's very important to process and learn and understand the loss you've gone through, and use it to motivate you to move to the future. And if you help other people give back and make a difference, which is a very important way of processing and learning from your losses, then you can actually be free and spiritually liberated and spiritually enlightened and spiritually awakened. So spiritual freedom and spiritual liberation comes from loss. So you lose something very important to you, you learn the spiritual life lessons that it's taught you, then you help other people in what they're going through and you pay it forward, and then your life becomes a life of meaning and value, spiritual contributions, and you're able to live your life being who you want to be. And it doesn't mean that the loss goes away. It means that you've understood it, you've learnt from it, you've processed it, and that's how you become spiritually enlightened, because everything in life is always moving forward into the future, and how we live our lives now matters. So focus on what you can control, don't focus on what you can't control. Find your own meaning and value from the losses you've been through. And by doing the 5 spiritual practices and the 5 levels of helping other people, you can build a life on your own terms and live the life you want to live. So it's very important to process loss, no matter how painful or hurtful it is. Obviously getting help and support can actually help you with it, but you'll find your own fate, your own spirituality, your own religion and faith through the losses you've gone through. So I hope you find a way to process your loss, whatever you've gone through, listeners and people that are checking out this new audio series. And just remember, you're not alone. There's millions of people within the world that have lost something very important to them. But just make sure what you do within your life means something important to you, whatever it is. And process and learn and understand the loss in your own way, and find a way to move forward, keep going. Losses can be very difficult sometimes. It can actually affect your life, but life is always a moving journey. It's always moving forward. So try to keep going, stay persistent on what's important to you. Obviously losing will help to find your faith, spirituality, religion, and then Jesus Christ and Jehovah can help you, and Buddha can help you with your loss. So I hope this series has helped. This is just a new series, and take care now. Please remember, loss is a part of life. It's inevitable. Losing is inevitable. We're all going to experience loss in some point in our lives, whether it's dramatic or not, or small or big. But how we learn to live with it, how we process it, how we understand it and learn from it can make all the difference in our lives. And for each human being, that will be a different thing. But find the meaning and value which will spark the passion and the purpose within your life. And you can become anything you want to be. You're not damaged goods or a damaged person or a human being. Even if you have gone through losses and tragedies and suffering, pain and adversities, you can still become who you want to be and live the life you want to live. So I hope you move forward. Let these audios guide you and keep going. And remember, loss is a part of life, accept it, learn from it, understand it, process it, and move forward. Okay, take care now. Bye now. Thanks. Bye.